Hello everyone, and welcome. I'm VelvettB, and thanks for joining me today for another episode of Planet Zoo. And I am so excited because we are starting a brand new zoo. Because we got stuck on that last one, and it was a tough one. So I'm really curious about how this one will go. So we are now on the last leg. This is the Bernie Goodwin Memorial Zoo. Now, I have purchased the last 4 DLCs that I needed. So we do have still some DLC parks that we need to actually... Zoos? We do have quite a few zoos that we need to complete from the DLCs. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So about 8 that we need to do there. I think there's like a 9 with this one here. But yeah, a few more zoos from the DLCs. But this is the last main campaign zoo, the last leg, Bernie Goodwin Memorial Zoo. So I'm excited to see what this is about. So we, of course, are going to be doing it hard because I've been doing all of the zoos hard because we've got all those gold stars. So many gold stars. I'm doing so well. The Bernie Goodwin Memorial Zoo. Intended to both honour the legacy of the late great Bernard Goodwin as well as drive the slyly, wily, or inflictious, duplicitous Dominic Myers out of business. The Bernie Goodwin Memorial Zoo sits atop a small island in the upper bay of New York, or rather it will once it's been built. It's do or die, sink or swim, and strive or thrive, but who will emerge victorious? Ah, that sounds scary. Okay, let's go.
Well, hello there. If it isn't person whose name I just realised I didn't actually learn. I must confess, I feel betrayed. Did our time working together mean nothing to you? Do all the opportunities I gave you count for naught? Here, let me turn around so you can retrieve your knife from my back. I would so hate for you to lose it. Don't worry, I'm just joshing with you. It's only business. But I am going to have to destroy you. Ta-ta, for now.
Ugh. You and I are going to put Mr. Myers out of business for good. In every sense of the word. Now, I've purchased a small island near his remaining zoo. It's not big, but it's an attractive enough destination that it should draw customers away from Mr. Myers' establishment. But don't imagine for 1 minute that he'll make it easy for us. You'll constantly have to be on the lookout for criminal ne'er-do-wells, and also a laptop bag which I lost when I was surveying the site. Wait, you know what? Forget the bag. You just worry about the troublemakers. Listen, if we want to drive Mr. Myers out of the zoo business for the good of animals everywhere, then our zoo will have to be the best zoo the world's ever seen. We'll have to have the happiest animals and the happiest guests, and that means having the happiest staff as well. But we also can't ignore our conservation responsibilities in pursuit of those goals. We have to be peerless at everything. However, if I've learned anything, it's that if there's one person who can build this zoo, it's you. Or me. But I'll be much too busy. Good luck!
Gee, thanks. Oh well, okay. That was an introduction, all right. Look at the size of our zoo. Ooh, I actually kind of like that it's small. That's gonna be interesting. So let's have a wee look at our objectives and what we need to do, because I need to kind of have an idea of what I'm aiming for. I do kind of want to flatten out that hill and kind of get rid of all this stuff if I can, because it's kind of irritating to have that everywhere. I assume we can delete that. Yeah. Awesome. Okay, we can. Great. So we've got to increase the average habitat species overall welfare to 70%. So we've got to have at least 7 habitat species in the zoo. So one thing I'm thinking is immediately where I went brain-wise as that was happening, the old intro, was that we're really going to have to pay attention to space. So animals that need like a lot of space are not going to be ideal. So I'm going to have to like think about the habitat and the space required, so the land requirement. So animals that actually need less land requirement are actually going to be, I think, a lot better for us in the zoo than animals that do require like a lot of land. So we've got to really sort of be thoughtful. So like the African penguin, only 180 meters required and 135 meters of water. And then we've got a depth. Oh, interesting. Okay. So I think that's going to be a really, I don't know, that's something I thought about as the intro was happening. And I was like, kind of like, oh, okay. I feel like we're going to have to be, like, it's a small zoo. We're going to be really careful about which animals we choose. So we're going to have at least 7 habitat species. We'll go through and see if we need more than that. And we've got to increase guest average happiness to 60%. So we've got to like nail like the animal rating, conservation rating, guest education rating, which you guys know I struggle with, marketing, which is fairly easy, and then guest happiness rating. So yeah, education is going to be something I'm just going to have to really be conscious of. So then let's have a look at the silver. So increase the average habitat species overall welfare to 80%. I don't know if we're going to need more species, but that's fine. Increase guest average happiness to 65% and obtain an overall staff happiness of at least 70%. All right. And then in the last one, we've got to increase the average habitat species overall welfare to 90%. Increase guest average happiness to 75%. Get 5 animals to a 5-star rating. Interesting, because we haven't had to do that one before. Okay, so increase zoo reputation to 4.0 stars. So we did this in the last zoo. So we actually managed that. So I think that's very doable. It's just a little tricky. And then receive a zoo inspection report with an overall star rating of 4.0. So again, we did that in the last zoo. So I kind of know how to do that. I feel like research is going to be key. And I also feel like, yeah, just keeping an eye on what animals we have available and their land space requirements is also going to be key. We're going to have to clear all this space, see how we can divide this up and really make the most of what is a very small space. Okay, let's get deleted. Hopefully this makes us money because we're sitting only on 20,000 at the moment. So, yeah, yay. All right, let's go and... Yes, that's what we want. All of the sweet, sweet cash. Thank you very much. I'll take it. And we have a nice clear zoo then. Oops. Okay, so this is our boundary. Really, really small. Oh, this is really interesting. I do like the idea of a really small zoo because we haven't actually done that yet, so that's fun. So flatten to foundation. And nice and flat, nice and easy to manage. Perfect. So we're sitting on, we've got 27,000. Let's have a wee look at our loan situation just in case we want to do loans. But I think maybe we'll just start small and ease our way into it. I'm kind of thinking like maybe we'll have the bulk of our zoo over on this side and then we can kind of have, I'm just thinking where to put the staff stuff. If we kind of have like the staff stuff in over here, because I want to keep it away from the people as much as I can. Okay. Let's start with a path and a nice 10 meter wide one. There we go. And then we'll do a little small one. Paths or staff path over to the side here. And then it can just run along the edge. Staff path all the way along there. And then hopefully that'll just be our staff area. And then we'll do a barriers along there just to keep people out. You know, peeping in. We don't want the people to peeping in. No people peeping in. Just thinking how wide I kind of want it. Maybe that wide. Oh, I can always change it if I need to. Right. Can always make that higher as well. That's fine. So what does this say? 7. Staff alerts. You need a workshop, vet surgery. Well, yes, of course I need all those things. I got nothing. I'm just starting out, my friends. Just starting out. Okay, let's start with the basics and then we can sort of see what animals we have to work with. Because that's a big thing. Is just working out what animals we have to work with. Staff facilities. Keeper hut. Okay, we definitely need to do a little bit of research. I'm also thinking that we're probably going to need a another keeper hut over this area as well in staff area, but we'll see how we kind of go. So vet surgery. You know what, we'll have a staff room on this side as well. Staff area and then quarantine. I do quarantine down here. And vet surgery, research centre, and then we got our workshop. I kind of want to leave space if we need to add like an extra workshop and stuff like that in here, but I've still got to add obviously power options as well. Oh, power. Okay, if I can get away with not having any water animals, I mean that would probably be great. because then I don't have to worry about those costs, but we'll see how we kind of go. All right, so we've got a powered staff area. Boom, done. And we've spent a good chunk of cash. So expensive to set these zoos up. So let's have a wee look at our loan situations. So we can get a 50,000 loan, which possibly I will go for, I think, and see how we go. And that just leaves us to, if we get them all, see how we kind of go. 83,000 to set up our zoo. So animal trading. Let's have a look at the aardvark. How much space does an aardvark need? So aardvark needs 300 square meters. Seems like a lot. Then we have African buffalo. I think we looked at that before, and I think they needed like a 420 plus some water. Okay. Right, next animal. Oh, zoo, elephants definitely need more. Can't afford it anyway. African wild dog. Now, they might not need much room. Let's have a wee look. African wild dog. Oh, okay. Now the aardvark's looking good. 1,162 square meters. I guess dogs need to run around, so that kind of makes sense. But still, geez Louise. Okay, the aardvark's looking really good at this point. I feel like the Galapagos, what is it? Aldabra giant tortoise. They might be pretty good. I feel like they might be a good, 230. So I feel like yes to the tortoise. I feel like we're definitely going to get the tortoise. The bison, again, I feel like they need space, but maybe not as much as the dog. American bison, 420. Okay, we might not have much choice about what animals we have, so we'll see how we kind of go. But we've got like a breeding pair here, so I'm definitely into the tortoises. I think the aardvarks are looking pretty good at this point. Bactrian camels, let's have a look at them. Bactrian camel, 650. Okay. Beds to pair. Yeah, we can get those. Okay, those are affordable. And how many animals have we got? Oh, we've got so many choices. Interesting. This is the most we've ever had as far as option-wise for a zoo, which is awesome. Okay, beds to pair. Let's have a look at them. 430, and they need water. Okay. So again, we're trying to avoid water if we can, because that just saves on cost. Bengal tiger, I feel like they're going to need a lot. Black wildebeest and bonobo. Okay, let's try and do 3 in a row. If I can remember them. Bengal tiger, 705, not surprising. Bonobo, 780. What's the other one? Black wildebeest. See, when you start looking at some of these animals and the space they need, suddenly, the aardvark needing 330 ain't so bad. I feel like the cheetah's going to need a lot as well. So the cheetah's 705. Yeah. So I think you guys are sort of seeing what I'm putting down here as far as the space goes, I've got to really be careful about what we pick, because some of these animals, those African wild dogs, I probably would have gone for them because I think, oh, cute, little doggy. But then, you look at the space they need, it's like, whoa, that takes up a good chunk of the zoo, 675. Because the big thing is, obviously, we need to get the animal happiness pretty high with this. So we've got to be considerate of the amount of space we're going to have to allocate. 950? Whoa. I guess black bears are pretty big, but still. Gemsbok, Gharial, water. I feel like Gemsbok will need space. Oh, no. Okay, Gemsbok. Okay, so we've got Gemsbok and the tortoise. There are 2 beasts so far. Not too bad. Yeah, not too bad. The Gharial, 210, but does need quite a bit of water, so we'll put that on the maybe list just because of the water thing. Not sure I want to do water in this one, but we'll see how we go. Flamingos again, and we've got giant pandas and grizzly bears. Okay, so giant panda, 900. Greater flamingos, 300, but they do have water, so they're a possibility again. And then we have the grizzly bear, 750, which doesn't surprise me. Okay, so then we've got hippo, Japanese macaque, mandrill, Nile monitor, should be good, and Nyala. So hippo, again, they have water, plus 1,000 square meters. No to hippos. Japanese macaque, 300 square meters. Pretty good. Mandrill, 400 square meters. Not too bad comparatively. Nile monitor, 300 square meters. But again, they need water. Okay, and then the Nyala, 300 square meters. Okay. So in terms of the species, so they work really well with the white rhino. Okay, interesting. So now we've got an okapi, pronghorn, and a red panda. So okapis, we're looking at, oh, crikey. I didn't expect that. So they need over 1,000 square meters as well. Woo! Okay. Pronghorn antelope, 370. So I'm feeling like antelopes might be not a bad way to go. Quokkas are so cute. They're on, like, there's a little island off the coast of Perth, and I don't know the name of Rottnest Island, and the quokkas live there, and you can ride around, like you have to go over on a ferry, and you can ride around on a bike, and you can go around, and you can actually see the quokkas in the wild, and they are just the cutest little thing. But yeah, they live on this little island, Rottnest Island, and yeah, very cute. I've been to see them a couple of times, and they're very cool. It's a bit of a hike from New Zealand over to Perth, so there's little New Zealand there, and you know, it's about I don't know, say a 6-hour flight. No, it can't be that long. 3 or 4 hour flight. Oh no, because it's a 3-hour flight to Sydney. Anyway, 6-hour flight probably. But yeah, Rottnest Island. So if you're ever in Perth, make sure you do Rottnest Island tours, and you can spend the day just like doing bike rides around and going to, like, the beaches are incredible. So bring your togs, and yeah, some good footwear as well. You can actually do really cool tours. Anyway, I'm getting distracted. Quokkas are cool though. Red panda. Oh, okay. Red pandas don't need much space. 220 meters square. Okay. And lemurs, again, 210. So they could all be good. If we can afford them, not too bad. And then we've got the reticulated giraffe, ring-tailed lemur, sable antelope, saltwater crocodile. So the giraffe, yeah, that doesn't surprise me. 1,300 square meters, no. Ring-tailed lemur, however, actually, how can they... So they work with the red-ruffed lemur. So we can actually put the lemurs together. And that's going to be like a combined enclosure. That could be cool. All right. Saltwater crocodile, again, water, 210. Okay, so we've got the Siberian tiger, snow leopard, spotted hyena, springbok and timber wolves, and West African lions. So Siberian tiger, 705. Snow leopard, 705. Hyena, 1162, probably not surprising. Springbok's not too bad, 425. But they work really well with some of these other ones, so maybe we can think about we do like an African kind of display with a few different animals in it. Actually, that would be quite cool. Timberwolf, yeah, timberwolves need a lot of space. Again, that's sort of that doggy kind of thing. And the lions, less space than I thought, 705. Okay, I think we've only got a couple of animals left to look at. Western chimpanzee and western lowland gorilla. Western chimpanzee, 780, and lowland gorilla, 780. Okay. All right, that just gives me the right direction that I need to choose my animals. So I kind of want to have, let's do a big path, 4 meters long, and, wrong length. Going around like this way and looping around like so. There we go, nice loop. And then we can have like the enclosures running around. Actually, you know what? I want to kind of do a bigger loop. The reason for that is I'm thinking we can put shops in the middle. There we go. So that's a little better. And then we can put like some shops in the middle, and then we can have the barriers going around. So I'm going to start with the aardvark. We've got a breeding pair in the aardvarks. So let's start with a nice aardvark pair. So I'm going to adopt that. And 3.0 years, 3.5. Yeah, let's go with the younger one. Okay. So aardvark. So aardvarks, 330 meters. They have 16 to 42 degrees. So we're probably, I don't know what the weather's like on this, on this one, but I might just put a couple of heaters in there. I don't know if we're going to get snow or anything like that. So we need to have 1 to 2 for the social group. And they work well with meerkats. We don't have that option, but I'd love a meerkat. Meerkats are awesome. I love meerkats. We have meerkats at our local New Zealand zoo, our Taranaki Zoo here, and they are the cutest. So aardvarks, I feel like we're not going to need like a really... Oh, hang on. I should just look. What do we need for fence-wise? Grade 2, 0.5 meters. Okay, so that's grade 3, so it doesn't need to be that high. Okay, perfect. We'll just do a nice wooden fence for these guys. I feel like I have learned so much doing these campaigns and how to set up a zoo. Like, I feel like I'm still not that great at it, but at least I know enough to know that I need to look at the Zoopedia and just see what's up with the animals and how I can combine them, what they need, what space they need. Like, I would not have known this at the start. It took me a long while, just each of the campaigns, you kind of learned more and more about how to set up a zoo, which I think is a really really cool way to do it. And it's why I actually love doing campaigns for these sorts of games, because I feel like you do really learn a lot from them and in terms of how to play the game, which I think is really cool. So let's add in our habitat gate and just see what our space is. So we have got space of 568. Perfect. So that leaves us a little bit of space to have a couple of different enough space for 2 aardvarks. Right, so we have our aardvark space there. So let's add in a little bit of glass there. There we go. Aardvarks there. So that's our aardvark enclosure right there. We'll probably need to employ a couple of keepers. Go. We'll have to set up all the work zones and stuff, but I'm just going to start with setting up the animals. That's the fun part. Yeah, I know you don't have a work zone. I haven't got there yet. Okay, quick play and send to zoo. There, no path to destination. What do you mean no path to destination? There is definitely a path to destination. What are you banging on about? There we go. I don't know. Send to zoo and plop. All right. Pause. So we've got species number 1, the aardvark. Not taking up much space. Perfect. Now, I'm thinking that we can kind of do maybe like a little African style enclosure. So let's have a look. So what have we got? So we've got like the African buffalo. Oh, Delilah. That's a lovely name for an African little buffalo. So I think we've got, yes, we do have a breeding pair there. And the black wildebeest breeding pair there. Okay. Let's do an African kind of thing going on here. So grade 3, 1.25 meters, 16 to 40. Okay. A little bit of water required. How do I want to do this? I'm just thinking maybe I'll do like another staff area in through here. Okay, let's maybe do that. Definitely not 10 meters wide. So that can just kind of scoot off to the corner over there and we can have like another staff room. Okay, let's see how that works. So African buffaloes, I need a grade 3+. I kind of want to go maybe a little bit more like the red brick. And we'll have to have a wee look at the height that we go for, but I think this could work. No, I want to go red brick, my friend. Ideally, I don't want any animals that are going to break through enclosures as well, like your elephants and stuff, because they can be a little, I mean, they're definitely showstoppers, but will they be annoying? Quite possibly. Okay, I think that should be enough space for our staff, and then this can be our lovely African enclosure. And we'll be able to do like a few animals in here, which is fantastic because we've got to have 7 species. Run along that and make that brick. Okay, there we go. So we should be able to do like a really nice viewing area. I'm gonna edit that, go around, and we're gonna go up a little bit. I think we want to have it like a little higher just in case. There we go, getting it. There we are. 3 meters should be high enough. And we need a habitat gate. So, in terms of space, how much we got? Oh, 3,000 meters! I mean, that's a big chunk of space, but I think we're going to be able to fit like quite a few different animals in there. Oh, hang on, I'm going to name the habitat Africa. Because it's all about Africa, this little habitat. And a nice viewing area around there. Glass. Perfect. Alright, so in terms of the animals, let's see. So we definitely want to have, oh yeah, I need a little bit of water. Hang on, I forgot about that. So a little dip of water. Definitely don't want to go that large. Actually, you know what? I kind of want to have it over where people can see it. So let's go. There we go. And water. Add water. Beautiful calm water. Nice pool. Hopefully the water treatment can reach there. Ah, okay. Change of plan. Over here it is. They can still see it, but it should still be within kiwi of our water treatment. Let's see. Yes. All right, that's better. So it should be out of the way. Perfect. Shouldn't interrupt our lovely people. So water treatment, water temp, and power. Yeah, set it all up. Don't worry about the work zones. And that means we can add in our keeper hut and a staff room. So that's like another little staff area there, which should be good. And that means we're going to add like a little barrier along here. So it keeps the views out, and then we'll probably have an enclosure there. I won't add a barrier there yet. So in terms of animals, so we're going to have definitely our male African buffalo and 10, 10, 8. We'll go for a younger one. Delilah, I mean. I keep on thinking Dahlia. So we've got those guys there. I wonder what environment they have. Tropical. Okay, that's not really any good. Not for our African display. So we've got 1, 2, and then there was the American bison. Does that work with a thingy? Grassland tiger and maybe not them. Oh, it was the black wildebeest. That's what we want. Black wildebeest. What about an ostrich? African buffalo. Yeah, ostrich. Cool. 610. I mean, we got the space there. It's like a big enclosure. So let's jam him in there. Common ostrich. I don't know. Have we had an ostrich so far in this series? I don't know if we have. I can't remember. We've had a lot of animals. But, there's still animals that we haven't actually had so far. So, okay, so that's 3 species so far in our Africa. I think gemsboks actually go on the Africa one as well, don't they? Desert. Or maybe not. Nope. They don't like sharing space. Well, fair enough. I get it, mates. Greater flamingos? No, they don't like sharing either. Interesting. I would have thought they would like sharing. Because, like in Zoo Tycoon and stuff, they always shared with, like, the hippos. Hippo, mandrill, Nile monitor, definitely not. Nyala. I feel like Nyala would be a good match for this. Maybe. Pronghorn antelope? Was that one? Oh, that works with the American bison. Interesting. This is so funny seeing this North Island brown kiwi, because, I mean, that's obviously, it's a New Zealand animal, which is kind of cool. I actually haven't played the Oceania pack, so, that's quite cool to actually see that. And, I need to get there, but I haven't yet. I don't think we have see, that would work, but I don't think we have the oryx in our trading. But if we've got zebra, I mean, that would work. Oh, reticulated giraffes, but we can't afford them anyway. Sable antelope. That should definitely be African. Yeah. The thing is, I have all this sort of leftover knowledge. Not necessarily that it's going to be the same in this game here, but I do have this leftover knowledge from Zoo Tycoon and just like different animals that kind of work together. So, oops. So that's a thing anyway. Left over in my brain. Okay, so we've got 5 species in the zoo at the moment. I don't know if this is going to be a stupid idea or a good idea, this whole Africa thing, but we're going to give it a whirl and see what happens, because we haven't really done a lot of combining species in one enclosure as yet. So, I haven't really done that a whole lot. Relocating to Africa. Okay, cool. So we've got a total of 5 species so far in the zoo. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. So a couple more. I do want to, and we've got like a lot of space, so we can actually extend the zoo if we need to. And I think that's a good idea to leave the space to be able to do that, because the thing is, we don't actually know at this point if we're going to have to add any more species, because we can't actually see that, because sometimes they have these little hidden drop downs and you can't actually see them in advance. Like, so I don't know in advance whether or not we're actually going to have to deal with additional species coming to the zoo. So I am just going to make sure that we do have space left over. And if we don't need to add additional species, then great, because we're going to have the space and we can actually add extra little, dudes to our build, to our zoo if we need to, which is fun. So I'm just going to do a little tiny enclosure here, and this is going to be for the tortoises, the Aldabra tortoise, however you say it. Hopefully that's going to be enough space for them. There we go. So let's just have a wee look. I'll pop in our gate. Or we can put it on this side. Can we put it on this side? Yeah. Out of harm's way. So we're looking at 464, so that's not too much. And so but it's enough. Aldabra, I think I'm spelling this wrong. I'm going to have a look at the right spelling in a second. Tortoise. Huh. I spelled it right. Go figure. So these guys, we're going to adopt Centre Zoo. Boom. Adopt Centre Zoo. Boom. You guys will notice that I do like to set the zoo up on pause and then go from there. It's just the way I play. It's the way I've always played. I've always done this with Zoo Tycoon as well. I like to have it paused so that I can have it set up the way I like. It's just I think a control thing. I don't know. It's just the way that I play. So, I don't like just set stuff up, do one thing and then just like hit unpause and then, let things run out. I prefer to, set things up where I can with it on pause. It's just the way I am. What can I say? So we need one more animal. I feel like we do have a little bit of space to play with. So maybe we could get something cool. I don't know what though. I mean, I don't know. Have we ever had a Gems? But I would like something with a breeding pair. They don't have a breeding pair. You know what? We could possibly go for something with water because we've got like a water area over there. I mean, we could think about flamingos. I haven't really done. I mean, I always have like a bit of a thing about flamingos because they always died so fast in Zoo Tycoon, so I've kind of avoided them playing at Zoo, and it's probably not the same thing, but you never know. We can go Japanese macaque. We haven't really done much in the way of climbing animals. We could go Nyala, okapis, pronghorns. I don't know. I kind of want like a little feature animal, if that makes sense. Like a little. You can maybe do a little saltwater crocodile. Snow leopards. Can't afford those. Hyenas. Can't afford a pair. I don't want to do timber wolves. I'm sick of timber wolves. No, I kind of want to do flamingos. I don't know why. I just kind of do. So that's what I'm going to do. We'll do some little flamingos over here. Now, flamingos. It's under the greater flamingo. So 8 to 40 degrees, grade 1 meter. So they don't need much of a boundary. Yay, nice and cheap. So what I'm thinking is that we're still going to be able to put like a path like running down the middle there. Is kind of what I want to leave space for. Actually, you know what? Before I finish that, let's do the path first. Because if I've got the path in place, then that just kind of makes it a lot easier just to, visualize, if that makes sense. So that means we can just run the barrier along the side, and then if we need to run like another enclosure in behind there, then we can do that. It just gives us options, which is always nice. It's always nice to have options. All right, and boom. Hopefully I've got the right size. I have to double check that. Barriers. Oh, and we can run like another one along here. So this is I'm thinking about how this is kind of laid out and how to do this. I'm kind of proud of myself a little bit because I'm actually just really thinking about how I should do this and how I should approach it. I'm doing it quite logically. So 300 square meters, we should have more than enough space there for that. I reckon that's probably about 500. Oh, crikey, 1,000. That's way more than the flamingos need. Although we do need to have a few in there because I feel like they need to breed fast or they will die out. I mean, at the end of the day, if they don't work out, they don't work out. We can just eat them and put in a different animal. So what have we got? 1, 2, 3, 4. That's probably a good mix. And they're not too expensive either. 2. So that is our 7 species placed in the zoo. We need to still set up work zones and everything like that. We probably won't get it all done today because we're running pretty far and deep into this episode, but I will add a bit of terrain, sculpt our terrain into our area here. Put them in nice big pool of water. As we have learned, flamingos don't like to share. So, we've learned stuff about animals today. Okay, so there's a nice amount of water. I think it should be covered. So we've got power covered and water. Yes, water covered. Perfect. Water temperature. Feels warm. So, having warm kind of ish animals kind of makes sense. Right. Well, let's get our animals into the zoo. I'm going to hit play. Let our animals get into the zoo. We can sort out their little habitats. And while they're doing that, let's work out our work zone. Oh, no vets? Okay, yeah, that's a good point. There we go, there's one. You know what? I might do a couple and then a couple of mechanics. And we'll get research underway. Okay, once the animals actually get in the zoo, that might help. Let's do some habitat research. There we go. So you can tick around doing that. And then I haven't done glass actually over here as well. Now that we talked about it. And there we are. So we have, in theory, 7 species coming into the zoo, which is amazing. So if we have a look at our animal training, all relocating to the different areas. So work zones is the next thing. So new work zone. So we're going to have this one, and that's going to be allocated this and this. And this is going to be our, I forgot what the tortoise aardvark. I do want to put in some exhibit animals as well. I think I'm only going to do one keeper for the, definitely one keeper for the Africa work zone. I feel like that's going to be quite a big work zone. So, oh, you know what? We can add in flamingos. Not going to be so bad. Africa. Oops, because they're from Africa as well. Work zone Africa. There we are. So unassigned staff, let's have a look at that. So we're going to have one keeper for Africa, one keeper for tortoise aardvark, one floating, and then we need our last work zone, which is going to be our everything work zone, basically. So that's for the mechanics. I forgot when the zoo's open. People are coming in. I don't even have any like toilets or anything. Oh, crikey. Whoopsie. Right, and then that's going to be our mechanics. Everything. We also need a caretaker. And, oh gosh, I'm going to have to pause this. And we... I forgot about the zoo was open. And people would be coming. I don't have donation boxes. I don't have anything set up. Right. So we're going to have to leave that on pause and work all that out. Because look at how I don't have food in any of the enclosure. I don't have anything in there. So I'm going to leave it there. We are well into the episode, so we're going to be setting up the rest of the zoo in the next episode, and we're going to get some food into the enclosures. Oh, look at our ostrich! Isn't it cool? Look at that, Ollie ostrich. You know what? I feel like we have had an ostrich before. It's just been a while. So we'll get the rest of these enclosures set up properly and get some guest services in as well, because yikes, people are in the zoo and we have got nothing set up. So So thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys have had fun. I've had a blast. It's been nice actually setting up a really fresh, cute little zoo from the start without, a zillion problems. It's quite nice. Thank you so much for watching. I will catch you in the next one. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, all of those good things for me. I really appreciate it when you guys do that. And I will catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.